What's up guys, today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Air Warriors Mutator. Here's the front of the box. Here's the back. Alright, let's open it up. Included with the gun we have two 10-round magazines, 10 long-range darts, and 10 precision darts. So let's go over the parts of the gun. In the back of the gun there's a removable stock. You can press this button to pull it off, or you can put it on. In front of that, there's a trigger. In front of that, there's a magazine release. In front of that, there's two magazine wells. In front of that, there's a grip. Above it, there's the muzzle with the flip-up sight. You can't flip this up manually. If you'll try, you'll break it. What you do is grab the barrel right here and push it forward, and the sight will flip up. And if you don't want to use the sight, you can push it back. There's a rail up here, but it doesn't come with any scopes. On the right side of the gun, there's the bolt handle. It says Mutator. And on the left side of the gun, there's a clear window. And there's also a clear window on the right side. The whole gun is blue, and there's some black and white in it. And the trigger, magazine release, bolt handle, and muzzle are all orange. So the two 10-round magazines are just regular magazines. The magazines are completely black, made completely out of plastic and hold 10 rounds. It works just like any other Nerf magazine. You put the round in, push it down, and put another one in. There's a 10 that shows you it holds 10 rounds, and there's an arrow that points in the direction the head of the dart should be facing. The darts are pretty similar. The long range ones are blue with a yellow tip, and the precision ones are red with a black tip. The long range ones have a shape that's more similar to regular Nerf darts with the tip. It's kind of just a regular cone. These ones, the tip on here is wider on top. It doesn't come up like a cone, and it also has these grooves on the side. Now, using this gun is kind of complicated. You can hold two magazines, and you can switch between which magazine you want to use. So, if you want to switch, what you do is you pull the bolt back all the way, and you can move the barrel forward or backward. If you move it forward, you'll see this green piece come up. That means you're going to use the back magazine. And if you push the barrel backwards, the front green piece comes up, meaning you'll use the front magazine. And you can only change this whenever the bolt's back. Besides that, it works like a regular bolt action gun. You cock it and then pull the trigger to shoot. To load the magazines, you pull this all the way back, and then it doesn't matter which one you're using. For loading it, you just put them in, and then you can shoot. For unloading the magazines, it's a little bit complicated. If you want to unload the rear magazine, you need to make sure this is pushed back. So if it was forward, I had to push it back. You press on the magazine release and pull the rear one out. However, you'll notice I can't pull the front one out. That's because if I want to unload the front magazine, I have to push this forward, and then I press on the magazine release and pull the front magazine out. Let's say I'm shooting with the rear magazine, and let's say now I want to use the front magazine instead. Well, it's very simple. You cock it back, push it backwards, and now I can use the front magazine. And I can shoot. And then let's say I want to go back to the rear magazine. Cock it back, push this forward, and now I can use the rear magazine. So whenever you look at the door, whichever green piece is up, that's the magazine you're going to use. You're probably saying, what is the purpose of having two different magazines? You're supposed to load all the long range darts in one and all the accuracy darts in another one, so you can switch between long range and accuracy, but you can use it for whatever reason you want. Like, let's say you just want to have a lot of ammo. You can just bring two magazines and have them both in, and whenever you're out of ammo on one, you can switch to the other. There are a lot of different reasons you could load different magazines into this, which is what's really cool about this gun. I'm pretty sure this is the first gun I've ever seen that has a system like this. There are a lot of guns that have two magazines, but most of them shoot both magazines at a time. I've never seen any gun before where you can switch between which one you want to use. So that's really cool. Just some things to note about shooting. The trigger pull on this is kind of long. You got to pull it back all the way, and then right at the back is when it shoots. Also, one more thing to note is that a lot of Nerf guns just have a really short distance the bolt has to travel. With this, you need to make sure it goes back all the way to cock it. Because I want to show you, if I bring it back this much, but it wasn't all the way, it didn't cock. So make sure you bring it back 100% and then 100% forward, and then you can shoot. Now we're going to chrono this. For the chrono settings, I'm using a width of 12.7 millimeters and a weight of 1.02 grams. And first, I'm going to see the FPS of the long range darts. 107, 73, 177, 200, 400. Alright, so I had really high ratings, which is not right, but I had a 73 and 100, which I'm guessing is about right, so about 85 FPS for the long range darts. Let's try the accuracy darts now, the precision darts. 450, 98, 250, and a 74. So I had really weird ones with this too, but I had about 100 and a 75, so I'm also going to say around 85 FPS. So for the two darts, it's probably about the same FPS. Let's go do some testing. First, we're going to try the precision darts. Now we're going to try the long range darts. What was that?
It's probably the hacker. I was outside the other day and he was attacking me with spaceships. Why don't you take a look?
Hey, I'll go check it out. He's right, there are spaceships. I guess I get to test this blaster out. This thing works awesome. I'm gonna take out another one. This thing is nice. Aw, only one left. There you are, hacker. See you later. We're going to do a range test by shooting at the garage, which is about 60 feet away. First, we're going to try the precision darts. Let's see how far the darts will go. Now we're going to try the long range darts. So here are the distance darts. They went about 40 feet. And here are the precision darts. They went about 50 feet. Now we're going to do a long-range accuracy test by shooting Jackson, who is about 40 feet away. First, we're going to try the precision darts. Next, we're going to try the distance darts. Bonk. Here are my final thoughts. Overall, this gun is pretty good. It doesn't have any problems. I think it may have had 1 or 2 jams, but that was it. Everything works fine. It's a little bit cumbersome to use sometimes whenever you have to switch the mags, but it's not very complicated and you get used to it pretty quickly. I think there isn't really any difference between the accuracy darts and the distance darts. They both fly about the same distance. The accuracy darts may fly a little bit straighter, but that's pretty much it. So I'm not sure why they're calling one of them long distance darts, because they seem to be about the same. I'm not sure if I'd really recommend this gun for everyone, because since it performs about the same as an average Springer, better to just get a Springer because it's simpler to use. But I think this gun would be really cool for a modder, because you could do a lot with this system inside that uses 2 magazines. And I think it's a really interesting idea because I've never seen any gun have a system like this. So other gun companies can look at how this works and come up with their own design. I think this 2 mag system can be really useful for holding a lot of ammo. Like if you have 2 25 round drums, you could have 50 darts in total, which would be a lot. But it would be kind of hard to shoot them quickly because of the bolt action system. So overall, it's pretty good. It doesn't have any problems, but I wouldn't recommend it for everyone.
The first shoutout goes to Joshua Schott. The next shoutout goes to Gamer Carter. The next shoutout goes to Elijah Lowry Games. The next shoutout goes to Ian Gaming. The next shoutout goes to James Polly. The next shoutout goes to Nerf Call of Duty. The next shoutout goes to Denzel Amaya. The next shoutout goes to Callsign I. The next shoutout goes to Gabriel Lucas Baluyut. The next shoutout goes to Nerfers One-on-One Time. The next shoutout goes to Josu Gaming 21. The next shoutout goes to TRS Music. The next shoutout goes to BJC Films. The next shoutout goes to Jetto Bandgun. The next shoutout goes to Aiden Still. The next shoutout goes to E. Sidbury. The next shoutout goes to Justin Tubera. The next shoutout goes to Joey Fast. The next shoutout goes to KVG Devilmara. The next shoutout goes to Mujtaba Junaid. The next shoutout goes to Jolson Vista. The next shoutout goes to Van Sangpuia G245. The next shoutout goes to Sunny Salanga. The next shoutout goes to Mike Nguyen. The next shoutout goes to Rezki Toy Gaming Show and Stuff. The next shoutout goes to DJ Spingshell Music, DJ Spingshell Music. The next shoutout goes to Dagger Boy. The next shoutout goes to Strawberry Guy. The next shoutout goes to Dan the Man Productions. The next shoutout goes to The Loud House and Lego Ninjago Fanatic 2004. The next shoutout goes to Douglas Clark. The next shoutout goes to Cute FNAF Fan Animation 375 and game videos and vlogs. The next shoutout goes to the Gamer of the Year. The next shoutout goes to Alex Plays MB123. The next shoutout goes to Ayrton Arceo. The next shoutout goes to Youssef Rahmani. The next shoutout goes to Aman Syed. The next shoutout goes to Alex Cubing. Hey bros, if you want a shout out, then go to the community tab on our channel and go to the most recent post and type I want a shout out.
If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Be happy. Peace out.